In this lecture, let's discuss about 3 different scales that provide discrete output for continuous input. And those 3 scales that we are going to discuss in this lecture are quantize scale, quantile scale, and threshold scale. In the previous lectures, we have been discussing about continuous scales such as linear scale, power scale, log scale, time scale, etc. The continuous scales provide continuous output for the given continuous input. And in this lecture, we are going to discuss about scales that provide discrete output for continuous scales. So let's see those 3 scales: quantize, quantile, and threshold scale. So first let me add the script section, script, and I'm going to use different sets of data for these 3 scales. So first let me define source of data for the first scale that we are going to see, which is quantize scale. So let me name it as quantize data, and let me provide some numbers within the range 0 and 100. So let the numbers be 1, 15, say 26, 48, 51, 57, 63, then 79, 82, and 99. So I have added 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10 numbers within the quantized data array. Okay. Then let me define the quantize scale. So let me name it as where quantize scale, and I can specify it as d3.scale quantize. That is the name of the method we need to specify. And like linear scale, we need to specify the domain and range. So let me specify dot domain. I just want to avoid complexity, so I am specifying the minimum and maximum as hard-coded values. So let me specify min as 0 and max as 100. Now I have specified the domain. I also want to specify the range. So I am going to specify a number of colors as the output range. Instead of specifying 2 colors, I am going to specify, say, 5 colors. So let me specify where output range equals, let me specify some colors, say red, then green, then deep pink, then blue, and finally yellow. So I am giving 5 colors for the output range. And here how I can specify that? I can specify dot range, and within this I just have to specify output range, which contains 5 colors. So in the input domain we have 10 items, and for the output range I have specified 5 colors. So the range is from 0 to 100. The range will be divided into these many chunks. So as there are 5 items, 0 to 100 will be divided by 5, means 0 to 20 will be the first chunk, 21 to 40 second, 41 to 60 third, 61 to 80 fourth, and 81 to 100 last one. So the numbers from 0 to 20 will get the red color, which means 1 and 15 will get the red color. Then 21 to 40 will get the green color, which means 26 will get the green color. Then from 41 to 60 will get the deep pink, which means 51 and 57. Like that, the colors will be assigned. So let me first add an SVG for this. So where SVG equals d3 dot select body, then dot append SVG. Then let me set the width and height and also the background color for this. So dot attr. Let me specify width as, say, 500. Then I also want to set the height. So let the height be, say, 200. And finally, let me also specify style background to be pink to see whether the SVG is there or not, and also its position. So now I have added the SVG. Next, let me specify where circles. I'm going to add circles for these items. So SVG dot select all circle, and let me join the data which is quantize data, right? Next, what should I do? Circles dot enter dot append circle, and for these circles we need to specify cx, cy and radius, right? So let me specify dot attr. First let me set the radius and let the radius be say 20, and next I need to specify the cx. So let the attr cx, let me use just the function. I can actually define a linear scale if I want. I just want to use the function and its position can be based on I, right? So let me specify return. As the radius is 20, let me specify I plus 1, so that for the first one it will not be 0 because I will be 0 for the first one. I plus 1 into 45 because radius is 20, which means it will require 40 as the length, and into 45 means there will be enough gap of 5 pixels, right? Then I also have to set the value for cy. Okay, so let me specify dot attr cy. Let me set the cy as say 40, and next I'm going to use the quantize scale. Okay, so dot style, I'm going to use that particular color, fill, and how I can specify? Let me add the function d, and within curly braces I need to specify return quantize scale of d. This will return the particular color according to this quantize scale. Now let me save this and check the output. Let me save this. See, we are seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10 circles. The first two are in red color. Let's check the code once again. The first two, which are 1 and 15, which is displayed in red color. Why? Just to understand the range, let me comment. And the first one will be from 0 to 20. Then the second one will be 21 to 40. Then the third one will be 41 to 60. Why I am adding values like this? Because there are 5 colors, means 5 output ranges we have added. So this whole array will be divided into 5 chunks. So these values are in the range 0 to 100. So 100 divided by 5 is 20. So 0 to 20 will be the first chunk, 21 to 40, 41 to 60, then 61 to 80, fourth chunk, and the final one will be 81 to 100. So these numbers will fall into these buckets or chunks. So 1 and 15 will fall into the first chunk, which is in red color. That is why the first two circles are displayed in red color. Next, we have 26, then 48. So 26 will fall into the second bucket, which is in green color. That is the third one. Then the fourth one is 48 and fifth is 51, 57. So these three numbers will fall into the third bucket, 41 to 60 bucket, and it is deep pink color. That is why 3 circles are displayed in deep pink. Then we have 63 and 79. They will fall into the fourth bucket. So 2 numbers 63 and 79. These are displayed in fourth one, that is blue. And finally we have 82 and 99. They will fall into this last bucket or last chunk. That is why they are displayed in yellow color. Now suppose I change these numbers, like suppose 15 is changed to 22, and let's see. So the second value is now falling into the second bucket. So 22 and 26, these two, that is the second and third values, are now in the second bucket. So the first one will be red and second and third will be green. Let me save this and show you. See, first is red, second and third is green. So based on these values, they will fall into different buckets based on these output ranges, and hence the colors of the circles will also be different. Let me try different values. Instead of 48, if I specify 39, it will again have the green color. So 3 items will have green color. Let's see. See, 1, 2, 3. So like this, we can use the quantize scale, and it provides discrete output for the given continuous input. And how it works is like this. Based on the number of items in the output range, this whole input domain will be divided into different buckets, and based on the value, the output, or here the color, is decided. So this is quantize scale. Next we are going to see quantile scale, and we will see it in the next lecture. Quantile scale also provides discrete output for the provided continuous input. We will see it in the next lecture.